In 2021, folks, the majority of your money should be spent on generating leads online that are going to be new to your pipeline that you've never spoken to. This is Byron Lazine and Nicole White, and you are tuned into episode 151 of The Real Word. You got to wait 49 episodes to get to another
word is up.
Number. Yes, word is up. Anybody notice anything differently about Nicole's?
That's not nice of you.
No?
Sam,
in the comments if you notice anything.
No, thank you,
Do you
Sam.
notice, Sam? No?
Thank
Nothing.
you.
All right.
I am, I've been
You're
constantly
fighting through this one.
I've been constantly swallowing blood the last 24 hours.
Well, now you got to tell people.
Well, I just got some wisdom teeth removed yesterday, but I'm here.
You are.
I've been icing. Yesterday, I will not show anybody the photos, but you saw it was not pretty.
Usually we film yesterday, but that was not going to be a day.
Sorry, it needed to happen.
Yeah.
And with the snow coming, it was a rush. Anyway, I'm here and
You're looking good. You're feeling good. Let's do this.
I'll give my good side.
By the way, because I got to mention it again.
Always.
If you haven't subscribed to the new channel, so if you're watching this on One & Company, you want to go to the Real Word channel. You want to hit subscribe because by the end of this year,
it's happening. I mean, what's the date today? We're literally 14 days out from the new year.
We're no longer going to be posting these Real Word videos on One & Company, so go subscribe to.
How are we doing so far?
Real
What do we
Word.
have? Maybe 2 subscriptions? 3?
Way more than that.
Oh, good.
We have way more than 3.
Awesome.
At least
4?
10x. No.
Oh, good.
Yeah. No, we're in double
30s?
digits here.
Cool.
Yeah. Go over there and subscribe, guys. Stop lurking. Stop just watching it on One & Company. Go subscribe to The Real Word, please.
So fun.
All right. All the past videos are uploaded on there, too. All right. Racket number 1 today.
Love it.
Inman piece. Another Bernice Ross piece. Love what she's doing on Inman. If you haven't checked out her stuff, please
Well,
go
you know
do
what
it.
She must have been seeing what we were doing and wanted
really?
to sort of mimic a little,
No,
maybe.
No, I'm not going to say that. She's doing it. Her write-ups are great.
Yes. No, we're enjoying them. This is second week in a row.
Second week in a row.
Yeah.
7 tips for making your lead generation go further in 2021. I'm certain a lot of us.
Your lead generation dollars.
Lead generation dollars.
Your dollars.
I'm certain a lot of us watching, listening, are thinking about their marketing budget, their lead generation tactics for the new year. What new lead pillars are you going to implement? So hopefully this will be helpful to you.
You know, there's a Facebook group, and I don't mean to interrupt you, but I'm going to for a minute. Oh God, I don't even remember the name of it.
Great.
Something about.
Glad you brought it up.
I know something about agents.
Yeah.
Rockstar something.
Rockstar agents?
Something with agents.
Rockstar marketing agents. Or
maybe
something
it's
like that?
maybe it's Lab Coat. No, it's not Lab Coat. Something with agents. And it's interesting because somebody did ask the question, where were most of your leads for 2020? And it's interesting because when we get to number 1, but I would say a majority of the people said online, 100% online.
Doesn't that make a lot of sense in 2020 where we were living in a really online world?
It's crazy.
All right. Number 1, though, according to Bernice, and
this is about dollars, making your lead generation dollars go the furthest.
Good clarification there.
I think we do need to clarify that.
All right, number 1, make getting face-to-face your most crucial lead generation goal. I thought this was very interesting because we're in the middle. In the middle, it feels like.
We are definitely in the middle still.
Yeah, we're coming out of a year where we had a health pandemic. We're in the middle of it. It's continuing on. Thankfully, we've got the vaccine. Hopefully, the end is near. But face-to-face has been awkward at best in 2020, right?
Yep.
So they're pushing, no matter what type of prospecting you do, Bernice says your most important goal is to be the first agent to speak to the sellers when they decide to sell. This is based on the NAR 2020 profile of home buyers and sellers. So she's quoting a National Association of Realtor report. 77% of recent sellers contacted only one agent before finding the right agent they worked with to sell their home, probably because they didn't want anyone else coming in their house.
Absolutely. I do think that this was a big year for, I think personally, like referrals, like making sure that they're bringing the right people in the first time. Oh, it's in there?
Yeah, we're going to get to referrals.
Yeah, but again, I think face-to-face, and again, when we're talking about obviously lead generation dollars, it does make the most sense, right? Call, make an appointment, meet. Like, I mean, you love doing like lunch meetups and dinner meetups. I used to do them all the time. Yeah, you used to do at least one lunch, one dinner a day. I mean, you were meeting with somebody every day. Yeah.
So obviously those have, subsided for sure in 2020. A tip here from Bernice is speak with at least 5 of your past clients or sphere who are most likely to transact or send you a referral every single day, 5 a day for 30 days. It's 150 contacts. You can do this by phone, face-to-face, or video platforms. Obviously,
okay, so
all those.
She's saying, though, face-to-face is also a phone call, huh?
She's saying no. But what she's saying here is use that to get the face-to-face meetings with people. So basically, old school.
Thing. You were right, though. I mean, it's in the middle of a pandemic.
No. So this is basically old school stuff where you're gonna touch your sphere, you're gonna touch your base every single day, you're gonna make your calls, which is going to lead to some type of referral introduction opportunity where you can go get face-to-face with that person, coffee in the living room.
For
a walk, maybe, and get that listing signed.
Yeah.
That would be interesting, signing on the walk.
Well, I guess I'm thinking, though, like your first conversation, like, hey, you want to meet up for a walk? I mean, that's just like...
Yeah. No, I get it.
So
here's something, though, that I would kind of play off of her tip. I think it's really a good move for real estate agents. Instead of calling your sphere, if you're pretty close with them, and if you know they have an iPhone, which hopefully everybody by now does, hopefully you're going to just go FaceTime with your past client. Like, hey,
that's all my children do to me. And I'm like, what are you doing? Like, you don't even know where I am.
It's such a better personal touch.
If I'm in the bathroom.
Well, but if you're in the bathroom, you're not going to pick up.
Well, but I think equally, I think you could do a bomb or something, like do like a video message.
Yeah, but now we're in real time. We're engaging. Hey, was thinking about you. I like
nothing
the
like
FaceTime
catching people
move.
real off guard. Do you answer all of your FaceTimes? I usually decline them, and I'm like, and then I call. Did you mean to FaceTime me? I think that was a mistake.
Most of my real estate buddies in different parts of the country will FaceTime as opposed to calling. Yeah.
Okay. I'm just saying, super random.
Nice,
hey, I haven't talked to Nicole in 2 years.
Well, that could be a little awkward.
That's what I mean. Like,
I'm talking your sphere, your network.
What are you doing?
All right. Racket number 2, or not number. No, this is not racket number 2.
It's not racket 2. We're still in racket
point
number 1.
2. We've got 7 points here on racket number 1. Put 67% of your money in prospecting time here. NAR profile also highlighted the importance of being the first agent a seller or buyer interviewed. So what she's saying is put the majority of your budget, 2/3 really, of your budget into getting in front of sellers based off of a referral. So she talked about, number 1, staying in touch with your sphere, your network, to increase your referral opportunities. I would disagree with this. If you're putting 2/3 of your business into these old school tactics that you can do just for free by calling and keeping a good sphere running, put 67% of your money and prospecting time here. No. We're, at the end we'll talk about what we think. I think in 2021, folks, the majority of your money should be spent on generating leads online that are going to be new to your pipeline that you've never spoken to. All right. I think you should have a plan that touches your past client and your sphere and your network, but 67% of your budget, I would disagree with. But this is based on another finding from NAR. Devote at least 2/3 of your time and money marketing to your sphere and staying in contact with past clients. Okay? I agree. That's very important.
I feel like this whole article is about face-to-face.
Yeah. All right, number 3, figure out what your top 3 face-to-face lead generators were in 2020. It's just a weird year to base things off of. I don't know.
Well, again, like I said at the beginning, it was how to stretch your dollar the furthest. So, if your budget, say hypothetically, is $1,000, hypothetically, like, to start buying some Zillow or Realtor lead, you're not getting very much off of that $1,000. Where if you're spending $1,000, writing thank you notes or a note or picking up your phone, which is $0, obviously your $1,000 is going much further. I think that's sort of the gist of the topic. That's sort of how I'm reading it.
Yeah, but we had 67% of your budget, so I don't know. Anyways,
yeah, but you're also able to reach many more people that way.
I would agree that your top 3 face-to-face lead generators, whatever they were, you want to lean into them more.
For sure.
Because you'll get more, so that's fine. Number 4, ask yourself, what other lead generation activities generated closed transactions?
Yep.
Absolutely. Like, what else? For us, open house transactions went down in 2020. We didn't do nearly 50% of the open houses in 2020 that we did in 2019. So of course, those closed transactions, those opportunities are going to go down.
Right.
We were doing 8-10 open houses a weekend. Now we're doing maybe 2-3, mostly in new development
I'm
stuff.
there every weekend.
You're doing a lot. You feel like you've done all the open houses for One & Company.
Have I?
No.
Is there an award for that?
No. Yeah, there is. It's right over there. Go get the trophy that Jason sent us for our 100th episode.
Just like a pat on the back.
Number 5, rank each lead generation source. I would absolutely do this. Not only would I rank them, I'd make sure that you have more than 10 lead pillars. You've got to have more than 10 places you're getting your business from. Solo agent, team, whoever. You need to be getting business from more than 10 places. And then you need to look at this list.
Wait, do you have 10 places this year?
Yeah, we do.
I'm talking about you individually.
I'm not concerned about me individually. I'm concerned about One & Company.
Yeah, no, I'm just asking about you though.
Probably, but
Yeah.
I'm not concerned about me. I'm concerned about One & Company.
Yeah, no, I'm just asking.
And so we definitely have more than 10.
Oh, I agree to that. I'm just curious about you.
And I don't care if I do, because I'm trying to get less,
Totally
right?
get
And put
it.
it into the team.
Yep.
But if you are in massive production mode, right, like our agents at One & Company, you should be listing this out. Obviously, we're doing this as a team for the agents. And not only should you be ranking them, you should be figuring out, what can I add in 2021? Can I add a few more lead pillars to my list?
I think what's important there though too is that even if it only really generated like 1 or 2 closed transactions, it doesn't mean that you get rid of it. Again, I think that this year was our most telling year for that, because again, I used to generate a lot of leads from open houses. Where if I had gotten rid of some of the ones that only generated 1 or 2, I mean, my year would have been completely
number 7,
ruined.
she says dump your bottom 20% completely.
Wow.
So she disagrees. We'll get into that in just a second. Number 6, critically look at your website. Absolutely, you should always be innovating. You look at some real estate brokers' websites, it's like they haven't looked at it themselves in 3 years. So you want to be innovating and doing stuff like that.
Interesting.
Number 7,
Yep.
dump your bottom 20%. I would also disagree. Like, why am I going to get rid of a lead source?
Especially after this year, I feel like everything got so flipped.
Now, that being said, if my bottom ranked, if I got 1 from lead source X and I was spending all my time there.
True, yes.
Then I'm probably going to adjust there, not do that.
But to spend all of your time on one.
Right. I don't know about
mean,
that.
Now you're just weeks.
I want to have a long list. To my point earlier, I want to have 10 plus lead pillars. I want to have 20 plus, if I'm a team, places that we're generating leads in the community, online, referrals, all these different types of leads. I want to control all kinds of leads, right? Coming into our funnel, and I want to grow them. But now, obviously, if something is working 1, 2, or 3 at the top of the list, and we have an opportunity to put some more gasoline on that fire, definitely do that.
Absolutely.
Definitely do that. All right, not a racket. Great tips here.
Some interesting ones.
I think it's a little interesting with the emphasis on face-to-face. I think everything we do in this business is an opportunity, obviously, to get face-to-face. She didn't talk about online leads at all. I think that's a huge missed opportunity.
Well, I think what's really interesting, too, is that I would say, how many listings did you get this year that you never even met the seller?
Right.
I mean, I have to say more than not.
To your question earlier, my stage right now, the majority of my business comes in from Sphere, where I don't, thankfully, because I've built a great business, don't have to go meet the seller, because it's a referral, they're sold. I'm sending over the electronic
paperwork. Well, they're also not even, sometimes they're not even here.
Right.
Yeah.
Or they're not here, or they don't want to meet because it's been a weird year.
I mean, this was a very interesting year.
So the face-to-face emphasis, but here's the thing. You get more face-to-face opportunities with this online leads. And online leads are not going away. 3 out of 4 buyers, by the way, use Zillow for whatever that's worth. I would absolutely have an emphasis on my lead generation dollars going into online leads, and you're going to create more face-to-face opportunities.
For sure.
All right. Racket number 2, HousingWire eyes media dominance with Real Trends acquisition. So, Real Trends, similar to a lot of other sources, not a lot of other sources, but they will rank, and Real Trends is probably the best that does this. They will rank agents' production.
Well, I feel like people take it, they weigh it the heaviest.
Because they do really validate the production of the agents across the country. They come out with the list. They partner with Wall Street Journal. They've also partnered with Tom Ferry recently, as last year. I wonder if that'll happen. But HousingWire making some moves. Inman may not love that. I don't know. HW Media, which owns HousingWire, is certainly stepping up their reach, which is already more than 11 million real estate, mortgage, and fintech professionals each year. The Real Trends is an incredibly strategic acquisition for our organization that not only accelerates our presence with real estate agents and brokers across the U.S., but also brings new capabilities to HW, specifically extreme high-quality rankings data, peer groups, and in-person event experiences. One of the in-person things that they're talking about is gathering of eagles. That is a Real Trends event. It's very similar to the T3 Summit, Stefan Swanepoel's Summit. Those are kind of like the 2 CEO level events each year. Next Real Word, we'll be breaking down the 2021 Real Trends report. All right. So I'm going to have to send you some screenshots while I'm reading through it. I just got the book.
Ooh, yep. Wow.
So I love the T3 not the Real Trends. Did I say Real Trends?
You did.
It's not the Real Trends. Sorry, Stefan. Sorry.
Yes.
The T360 Stefan Swanepoel.
Yes.
Annual report, trends report for 2021.
Man, this year's just moving.
A lot of stuff. I will screenshot as I'm reading some topics that we're going to talk about there next week. But hey, I don't know. This looks like a big move for HousingWire. They're probably going to be producing even more content. Strategic acquisition. A lot of people making moves.
Well, there's lots of moves to be made. Yeah. This is the year to make them.
We never go on HousingWire to get any of our. We should start doing that.
Well, if anything, then see.
I'm going right
now. You gonna look?
Look at this. I'm not gonna find any topics because we already have our topics, but we will start using some HousingWire topics. How's that?
Oh, look, what's that though? Do you have to sign up?
Yeah.
You have to be like a member.
There was a pop-up, so maybe not. Inman, we're staying with you. All right, here we go. Mark, HousingWire, throw us like a free subscription. Maybe we'll throw some of your content in here once in a while. All right, Marketeer of the Week, Netflix.
Killing it. Netflix. This is the second time.
Really?
Yeah. Didn't they oh no, that was Blockbuster.
Yeah. I don't think Netflix.
I'm sorry. I thought.
Realtor Mag article. Netflix to donate $25 million to combat racism in housing. So, Netflix wants to help end systemic racism in real estate. The streaming giant announced Monday it was donating $25 million to a national effort to combat housing discrimination. So home ownership rates for white Americans are nearly twice as high as they are for black Americans, and whites' median net worth is nearly 8 times that of black households. We know for sure net worth is correlated to owning real estate, so that 1-to-8 ratio there, and then the 2-to-1 ratio on the home ownership seems to make sense. Our vision is nothing short of dismantling the legacy of racism in housing. This is the CEO of Enterprise Community Partners.
Well, because they donated it to a specific group.
Yep, to the Enterprise Community Partners
and
group.
Their mission really is to build affordable housing.
Yeah. And so Netflix Treasury Director says this is exactly why it's investing the $25 million. It's to fight and make these communities better that have been left behind for decades, and they've lacked the capital to do so. I paraphrased that last part there, but so Enterprise Community Partners hopes to raise $350 million over a 5-year period. So they've got to start here with 25 million.
Well, I'm certain that, having the Netflix name sort of give this $25 million push will certainly help them in their efforts to raise that 350. Hopefully it's more. I mean, I think it's a wonderful cause. And I'm excited to continue to read about it.
Absolutely. The Netflix influence certainly helps, to your point, bring in some more awareness. That's why they're the Marketeer of the Week.
Yes.
Also, side note, I think this is great, by the way. And if you haven't seen the study that we referenced on a earlier Real Word, where we talk about that Long Island study, and we really got into this whole topic pretty deep, go check that out on a past episode. Make sure you're subscribed though first. But interesting. Is Netflix dipping their toes somehow, which would seem just totally out of left field, into real estate? Or is this just a passion donation?
I'm assuming it's probably more of a passion donation. So, again, people are in their homes. They need a home in order to watch Netflix, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you need a place to fall and land and be able to watch Netflix. I think it's a natural sort of partnership.
So it's nothing more than what it looks.
I don't believe that it is, but I mean, if that's your prediction for 2021,
no, it's not. That is not a prediction at all. Ooh, we got to do our predictions too. When are you going to do your predictions, Brad Inman? We'd love to.
The year snuck up on us.
To coattail off of his predictions. Remember that? That was fun last year.
Oh yes, yeah. Well, he came up with some good ones. Again, he did mention that documentary. That documentary. They thought it was going to win awards, but it definitely.
Oh yeah, the documentary we just mentioned, the Long Island
conversations for sure. Maybe we revisit. Do we revisit?
We got to revisit his predictions.
So maybe that's the next week, what the prediction was, and if it happened or not.
We're doing that next week because I know one for sure that he got really wrong.
Yes.
Right?
The iBuyer.
Yeah. He was dead wrong on the iBuyer prediction. We'll get into Brad Inman's, definitely making a note of that. Brad Inman's 2020 predictions next week. I want to talk about the T360 trends report for 2021. A lot coming up on next week's Real Word. Make sure you subscribe to the new channel because one day you're going to come on the One & Company channel and these are going to be gone. You're never going to see it again. Make sure you go do that. All right, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Please leave a comment. Definitely go subscribe. Thank you. Keep it real.
See ya.